and today we're taking a look at the final of Attack on Titan. It is season 4, the final chapters. It is the final 3 chapters of the season, and it is incredible. I absolutely loved it. Attack on Titan is easily one of my top 5 favorite animes. We have Jujutsu Kaisen, Nabaka, My Hero, Naruto. What did I say? Nabaka, Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero, Naruto, and Attack on Titan. Easily the top 5 favorite animes. Demon Slayer coming in at a good top 6. But I absolutely had to wait and I had to dodge spoilers because I watched it in dub and sub came out back in November. So it was like 2-3 months that I had to go avoiding spoilers. And unfortunately my girlfriend did spoil me at the one point and I was very much distressed about it. But oh well, I've watched it now. Let's get into it. Let's get into what the story actually withholds. And then we'll get into everything else. So, Eren, as the founding Titan, advances on Fort Salta with countless other Titans, Mikasa, Armin, Jean, Connie, Reiner, Peak, and Levi, appearing before the disappearing refugees. The battle between former comrades reaches its conclusion. So, we have them all flying in the plane, everyone jumps out the plane, and they have a plan of using Armin to explode the Titan. And they try and do that, but they want to talk to Eren first, so they'll try and talk to him. Then Armin actually gets taken by a canopy. A canopy? A canopo. I don't know, some sort of creature Titan, which carries him to the ass end of the giant Titan, like the big skeleton. He's all the way over at the ass, everyone else is over at the head. They all get fucked up because Eren starts bringing the former Titan users, like everyone who was a human Titan hybrid thing, everyone who could transform into a Titan, he brought them all back to life and made them out of bones. So Mikasa, Connie, Jean and Levi, Reiner and Peak all had to fight. Peak then decided to do her own thing and try and explode Eren's neck, which she failed at and got stabbed by the Warhammer Titan. And everyone else was in trouble. Then we have, I forgot his name, but Annie rode on a bird Titan and rescued them all, took them to the refugees. Then they went back for a second assault and split off into 2 teams. Reiner, Jean, and Peak all stayed at the head to try and explode the head. Everyone else went to the ass to save Armin. Armin is then in the Titan world with the big desert, the big tree, the sand time place, and he's talking to I forgot his name. What is it called? The Beast Titan user. I forgot his name. And he persuades all the former Titan users, which he knew, to join their side. So all the Titan users that died, Bertol and all the others, Eren's dad, all the others, Zeke and every one of those, joined together to fight against Eren and save Armin. They managed to save Armin, and Zeke then sacrifices himself, giving himself up ready for Levi to kill him and cut his head off. So Zeke is dead, and Armin is back alive, everyone gets away, and Armin explodes the body. Everyone gets to safety, and there is this massive worm that comes out of Eren's neck, and Reiner has to stay to stop it, because Jean managed to blow up the neck. Everyone is with the refugees except Reiner, Eren, and Armin, who are all in a massive battle. Eren regenerates into an Eren attack colossal titan, the colossal attack titan, whatever you want to call it. Jean and Connie and the rest of the refugees get turned into titans due to the worm spouting gas, which doesn't affect Titan users or Ackermans for whatever reason. I forget, because the Attack on Titan storyline is very long and confusing. We then have our final push, and Mikasa smashes through Colossal Attack Titan's teeth and chops off Eren's head, ending the battle, and they manage to kill the worm as well. Mikasa then runs away with the head of Eren, taking it back to Mali, I do believe, their hometown within the walls, and buries him next to the tree. Armin and the rest of the crew then make peace, stop the war. The 20% of humanity that's left, he's trying to bring them all together and stop the war. Historia has a baby, and Jean, Reiner, Annie, Connie, Jean, and Armin all go back to where Mikasa is, to try and make peace with Historia and the rest of the people that live there. There's like Eldians and everything like that. I forget who they are. It's very confusing. Too many names for me to follow, but I know who I mean, and it may be hard for me to follow hard for you to follow whilst I'm explaining. I'm very sorry about that. But the animation here is so good. It's always been so good in Attack on Titan. The animation is so clean. The fights are so cool. It's so smooth with them swinging around and following them. It feels like you're actually swinging there with them, which is so cool. The character design of all these older characters are really cool. And this one was a tearjerker. It had me crying when Jean and Connie turned into a Titan. It was later changed. They all lost their Titan powers, so all turned back human. And it had me crying when Eren got his head chopped off. It had me crying when Eren actually spoke to each one of these characters. He spoke to everyone and sort of got his worries out, and he told them about the plan, but he erased their memories afterwards. And I think that's so sad, because he went to them as his friends. He went to them looking for help, looking to vent and just talk to them, have someone to talk to, have a little bit of knowledge, just vent and get his thoughts and feelings out. But he had to erase their memory, so he went back to square one straight after it. And from the get-go, he knew what was going on. He knew from the start, and he was telling everyone the plan from the very beginning, since he was a young boy. So he knew all of this for so long, and he managed to keep it hidden for so long. But doing that also undermines some key points in the series, where he has so much emotion, anger towards some other characters. When he was blaming Bertolt for killing his mother, it was him, and he knew that. He knew it was him, because that was his whole plan, it was his whole goal. So I don't understand how he could be so angry at Bertolt and Reiner for breaking in, when it was his plan that put that into action. I just don't understand some plot holes with this whole ending, this whole plot line. And I think how it ended definitely undermined some of the series, definitely made the earlier episodes feel a bit weaker, feel a bit less special, and very confusing. Because if Eren knew that he was a Titan, why was he so shocked when he did turn into a Titan, if that makes sense? It just, the whole series seems to fall apart because of this final. And I still enjoyed the final, I am going to be honest. It was a good final. It was very moving, very emotional, and it got me hyped, it got me sad, it got me scared. It had me on the edge of my seat for most of it, because I was worried about these characters, and I was worried about these characters dying. My favorite three was Eren, Levi, and Connie, and I was hoping that they all survived till the end, but unfortunately they did have to kill Eren. And I like how Mikasa was at the end, how the dove, which was always represented by Eren was always like the dove character, which pulled her scarf to keep her safe and keep her warm and stop her from crying. That was such a good ending, and it had so much meaning behind it. And I feel like that's what Attack on Titan does. It has so much meaning behind every little detail. There's so much thought and craft put into it. But again, just with that ending, how Eren was talking to everybody about his plan felt very strange, because if he knew his plan from the very beginning when he was a young boy, why was he still acting the way he was to some of the characters and when he was using his power? It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I was crying when Armin and Armin and Eren were crying in the dream realm or whatever that was. I felt like Armin taking his responsibility and them saying that they see each other in hell because it was both of their faults, not just Eren. That clearly meant a lot to Eren, and you could see that on his face, that Armin wasn't going to leave him behind and they were going to go out together. And that was just such a happy, like, brotherly, friendly bond that I saw between them. And it was just such a good final. The visuals were so amazing. I just genuinely, the Attack on Titan art style is amazing, and I can't get enough of the visuals. I genuinely can't get enough of the art style. The characters look so good, the background looks so good, and the fights are so fucking intense and awesome. I liked seeing all the different designs of the past Titan users. That was really cool as well. I thought it was really interesting to see. We got a nice overarching finish to everyone's story. We saw Sasha say goodbye to Connie and Jean. We saw Levi say goodbye to pretty much all of the Survey Corps, including Erwin and Haj, which was just so good. Like, having them all have that final closure that the Titans are gone, they're all safe, and they can just move on with their lives now. Still, 20% of humanity being left. That's a huge, huge chunk of humanity gone, and I do believe they are going to struggle to bring everything back, but I also think they're going to manage it. They've managed through everything else. They never give up. They're the Survey Corps. They're always going to try their hardest, and they never know when to give up. So, of course, they're going to keep doing this. They all did feel very suicidal. I am going to put that out there. With this mission, it was a suicide mission, and they all felt like they had no care for their life. They were just going in, trying their hardest to do it, even though there was no hope. And it just proved how strong-willed they was, even though there was no hope of winning, even though they had no hope in themselves, but they still felt the need to try. And they did come out on top, so it did work out in the end. But just their hope and their resolve felt so good to like watch and be a part of, seeing this journey come to a close, having been with them, not physically with them, but watching them throughout this whole series, how it finally come to a really good close. I was so happy and so excited. I watched this on a train on my way back, and it was just honestly so good. It was like 2 hours long, so it was a very long watch, but it made the train ride go a little bit faster, and I'm so happy. I liked every little moment with Eren and how he truly felt, because he did seem like an asshole for the past two like chapters of the final, but here we understood why he was an asshole and why he did what he did, because that was his plan and he was just a stupid idiot who got power, and how he felt like and how he did try and change it. I liked how he said that. I liked how we got to know that he did try and change it and he did try and do some other things, but unfortunately they didn't work out, and this was the only way forward, which showed how upset and distraught he was and how much he didn't want to go through with it, but he knew it was the only way. Other than that, I do believe this was a good 8 out of 10. I am going to give it that because of the plot holes that it caused with the rest of the series, and that really bugged me. But other than that, I do think it is a solid series. Attack on Titan is now officially over, which is very saddening, given it is one of my favorite animes. But other than that, I can still go back and watch it if I want to, and I do recommend, if you haven't watched it, that you do go and watch it. And other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this YouTube video. See you all next one. Have a nice day. And if you want to take a look at some more anime reviews, please do take a look at the anime playlist. And if you do want more content from me, you can either stay here on the YouTube channel or click the link in the description to go see what else I have to offer. Other than that, bye-bye.